There we go. Because people might want to watch this back. So excellent, guys. Well done today on today's workout. I'm not looking forward to it. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to start off sitting down. We're going to stretch out the neck first, and then we'll go into our hamstrings. If you do have a cushion nearby, can I ask you to grab that as well? So a thickish cushion, if you have something, can be anything, even a towel. I've got a yoga block, which I'm going to grab as well. Lovely. Excellent, guys. So we're coming over onto our mat. Just going to sit however you want, like cross-legged or on your hunkers if you want. I'm going to get you to reach your right hand behind your back. From there, I'm going to get you to pull your shoulder back, okay? It's not about lifting your ribs, but pulling your shoulder back, pulling your elbow back, and pressing your right hand into the back, small of your back. From there, we're going to pull with the opposite hand, so our left hand comes on the right side of our temple, and we're going to pull our head gently down to that opposite shoulder and back to center. And you're going to give me 5 of those neck stretches. So sitting forward, nice and tall. Think about dropping the shoulder away from your ear, pulling gently over to get a nice stretch. Just holding for a second and then letting go. And we're going for 5, 4. Keep pulling the shoulder blade back. 3, pull your elbow back. So now you should feel a nice stretch in the front of the shoulder. 2, and then 1. Lovely, guys. Shake out that arm. Oh my God, that was sore. We're going to swap over to the left side. Again, pull the shoulder back, pull the elbow back, and press the back of your hand into the small of your back. Right hand comes onto the left side of the head. Pulling over for 5 reps. You might get a little bit of clicking. 2, gently pressing down. 3, and again, drop that left shoulder. 4, and then 5. Lovely. Excellent, guys. So just keep your pillow close to your side. We're going to go into some hamstring stretch. We're going to lie down on our back. This is called hamstring flossing. So we're going to keep both legs nice and long. We're going to lie down on our back, lift our left leg up towards the ceiling. Now what we want to see is a 90-degree bend here if we can. If you're kind of somewhere here like here, you might have very tight hamstrings. So hopefully by the end of this, we should get somewhere like here, okay? So you're going to clasp your hands behind your left leg, so just below the knee, just right on the bottom of your hamstrings. And you're going to bring your heel down towards your hamstring. As we come up, we're going to lift the heel up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to flex the toes back towards your face. And then point the toe, and then back down. So we're going up, flex the toes, point the toes, and back down. This is meant to be a nice quick movement, guys, so we're going to move through it quite quickly for 20 reps. When you get to that flexing, guys, try not to squeeze the quads, focusing on extending the heel up towards the ceiling, and focus on the hamstrings. We're going for 10 more on this leg, and then we'll swap sides. So remember to push the heel up, flex the toes back towards you, back down. These are nice, quick. Once you've kind of got used to it, you can go nice and quick. The hamstring doesn't really like to be static. It likes to be moved. So moving through this quite quickly will help loosen them out even more than static stretching. And we're going to swap to the other side. Test that leg, see where you kind of end up. Are you 90 degrees? Or are you somewhere less than that? And then start on your 20 reps. Remember to flex the heel, pull the toes back. And really focus on your hamstring. Try not to squeeze those quads. It is hard. But when you get used to this, you should feel your hamstring more than anything. Nice. Lovely, guys. That's really good tempo from everyone. Nice, T. I like that you're using that band as well to get a little bit more range. Lovely, guys. From there, we're going to cross the right leg over, or sorry, the left leg over the right leg. So you look down now, you can see a figure of 4. So my ankle is resting on my right knee, and I'm going to bring my right knee in towards my chest, and we're going to stretch and release. Pulling it in as close to our chest as possible, and we're going for 10 reps. This is just to stretch out those glutes and the lower back. Nice. Keep hugging the knee in as close as you can. That lower back can lift off the mat as well. Lovely, guys. And stretch out. We go to the opposite leg, right ankle over the left knee. And we'll go for 10 reps. Whew. This side is way tighter for me. You might notice that on yourself. But as you get into it, you'll start to kind of hug it a little bit more. It'll start to get a little bit closer to your chest. Lovely. Once you've done 10, guys, we'll drop those feet and we'll come into that kind of tabletop. Knees are facing up, feet are flat on the ground. And this is now when I want you to grab your cushion, or if you have a yoga block or whatever you have, we're going to do some knee squeezes to stretch out or to loosen out those hip flexors, okay? So a lot of times when we have sore backs or tight backs, a lot of the time it's caused by the hip flexors being overworking and pulling on your glutes, which then causes that lower back tension. So we're going to pop the cushion or block or anything, foam roller even, Hannah, yeah, excellent. Between your knees, so like that, guys. Make sure that you feel nice and secure. Feet are going to be at your hip distance. And then what I want you to do is keep your lower back on the ground. So you notice I have to do a little bit of a pelvic tilt to flatten that lower back. You can relax yourself down, but just making sure your lower back is on the mat. And then from there, we're going to squeeze the block as hard as we can hold for 10 seconds and then release, okay? And I want 10 reps here. So squeeze, 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 and relax. So 10 reps. Again, make sure that lower back doesn't lift. Really focus on driving those knees together. Even though there's something blocking them, try to get the knees to touch. You may get a little bit of crunching in the hips, and that's normal. You might feel now your abductors and adductors firing, so you feel a kind of burning in between the thighs. And your last 3 reps, I want you to squeeze even harder, as hard as you think you can. Lovely. And relax out of that. Guys, hands up, did anyone get any crunching? No? No, just me. It's just my dodgy hips, I think. Excellent. So we're going to come on to all fours now, and we're going to start to work on the spine a little bit more. So we're sitting back onto our hunkers. We've got a space in between our knees. Hands are going to come down onto the floor, and this will look a bit like a child's pose if you've done that in yoga. What you're going to do is reach out in front, drop that left forearm onto the ground. Right hand is going to come behind the head. We're going to drop that elbow, and then we're going to rotate as much as we can up towards the ceiling. So dropping the elbow to elbow, drawing that elbow up towards the ceiling, and looking back at it. And I want 10 reps here. So rotating through the middle of our spine. Lovely, guys. Really stretching the elbow up towards the ceiling, looking up towards it. Widen your knees if you need to, just make sure you're in a relaxed, comfortable position. 10 reps of these thoracic extensions. So the middle spine should be working here. Even upper shoulders loosening. Nice. Once you've done 10, you're going to drop that right forearm to the ground. Left hand comes to the base of the neck. Elbow to elbow. Reach and rotate. And the difference in the fact that we're in this child's pose with our knees open means that our hips cannot go anywhere. And that really is important for locking down your thoracic spine, because if your hips are moving, you're not actually moving your spine. Lovely. 10 reps, guys, and really drawing that elbow. Alex, you look a little tighter even on that side. Something to work on. Very nice. Really open that chest. Brilliant, everyone. You will stay in that child's pose next, and we're going to go for some lift offs with our overhead mobility. So I'm going to drop my forehead down to the ground. Hands are going to come out in front. Thumbs are facing up. And we're going to lift our right hand up as high as we can and drop it down. We're going to alternate for 20 reps. Lifting the thumb up towards the ceiling as high as we can, and then swapping. 20 reps here, everybody. So thumbs up towards the ceiling, pinky finger into the ground, drop that forehead onto the floor. Drive the thumb up towards the ceiling. Lovely. Extend those arms as long as you can, T. Yeah, elbows should be fully locked out. And if you're really struggling there, widen your knees a little bit more if you can get down into a deeper. Yeah, it's tough. Good. 20 lifts off. Don't let that forehead lift off the floor. Carly, I'm looking at you.
My hands are only coming like barely off the ground.
That's okay, Anna. It's like it takes time. It's just tightness in your upper back. Any little bit is good. Good. Reaching the thumb, Alex, thumb towards the ceiling. High, high, high. Yes, good. Good work, Anna. Keep working on that, guys. Really good. Huh. Tough going. If you find like there's something here that you're like, oh, I really need to work on that, pick that movement and just do it like every day. Just do kind of 3-4 sets of 10 reps and you'll notice you start to get a little bit more open, and that like is really important for your overhead mobility. Really good for our handstands. And then from there, guys, we're staying on this right leg. Left foot is going to come out in front. And I want you to, pop up onto your knee. And we're going to go for some cross body hamstring reaches. So the back of the right hand is going to reach over to the left side of the ankle. You're not going to bend that knee at all. Okay, so we've got the right knee bent, perfect. But the left leg is going to stay completely locked out. Toes are pointing towards you. You're going to cross your body, reaching as far over to the left ankle as you can. 10 reps. Really intense stretch on the hamstrings. Lovely. Thank you, Richie. Getting as deep as we can. So make sure the back of the right hand is coming across to the left side of the ankle. So if I down these long legs, can't get into shot here. Make sure that you're coming right across the body as far as you can. 10, and then switch. And like I said earlier with the hamstrings, they like to be moved. They don't like to hold positions for too long. You'll get more out of stretching if you're moving through that motion. Really crossing. Lovely. Ooh. Lovely, guys. 10 reps. Ooh. Great job. Fantastic, guys. We'll pop back down onto our bums, onto our back. I want to see where the hamstrings are now. Okay. So what I want to see is hopefully we've gotten a little bit more looser. We're getting to about here, or maybe even just a little bit more than we were. And we'll go. Anyone feel a little bit looser? No, Alex. Great, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to move through another 20 reps of those hamstring flosses. And I want you to kick that heel as high as you can. Okay? If you want to get a little bit deeper, hook the knee in. If you've got a good bit of flexibility, hook the knee a little bit closer to your chest and then fully extend. So Carly, I think you could pull your knee in a little bit closer to your chest. Yeah, bend the knee. Bring the heel down. Yeah, now keep the knee close to your body and kick up. Yeah, good. So keep the knee a little bit closer if you want to get a little bit deeper. Make sure though that that opposite leg is not lifting and the hip isn't lifting off the floor. Good, Alex. Kick the heel higher. Flex the toes back towards your head. Good work, guys. 20 reps. You can swap sides after you've done 20 on this leg. Great work. Oh, knock pinch it over. They didn't design this room for me. I'm longer than its width. Great, guys. If you can get a little bit deeper, pull the knee in. Push the heel up and pull the toes back. I'm getting warm now. Lovely, 20 reps. We're gonna pull again through that figure of 4. And we'll go for 10 rock back. So we're gonna pull the knee a little bit closer now. Every time that right knee is gonna try to touch the chest. Ten reps with the right leg, swap it out. Figure of 4, and then back to the left side. Why is my left side so much weirder? Feels strange on this leg. Really try and get that chest to knee, knee to chest. Great, guys, starting to feel the hips loosen. Woo. Lovely. Flipping it over. Oh, sorry. Grab your block. We're going to go for another 10 squeezes. So 10 sets of 10 seconds. See now, focus on flattening the back. Squeeze through the groin area, okay? So through your hips, imagine you're pushing the hips together, the knees together, and then relax. So flat back, 10 reps of 10 seconds. You might get some crunching this time. Oh, perfectly normal. Lovely, guys. 10 reps, and that 10 seconds should be a maximum like effort. The biggest effort of 10 second squeezes. Carly and T will know from child labor. Big squeezes. Really, really squeeze. Alex, hopefully you never have to go through this. Great job. Once you've done your 10, guys, we'll flip it back over. We'll go back through a little bit of our thoracic extension before we finish in a back bend place. So nice and wide again with those knees, relax the hips, drop both forearms to the floor, right hand to the base of the neck, draw elbow to elbow. From there, trace that line all the way up towards the ceiling, looking back at it. And if you think you can get further, so if you can draw that line fully up towards the ceiling with that elbow, do. The further you get, the more you're going to open up through your spine. Good. Again, guys, if you can, keep the forehead on the floor. Or close to the floor anyway, as you come down. And then draw it up towards the ceiling. And 10 and 10. And if you're like me, you'll find there's one side that is just way more different. This left side is like wonky as here. You just can't rotate as much. Lovely, 10 in total. Brilliant. Back to those lift offs, Anna's favorite. Forward onto the floor. Extend those hands out as far as we can. Lift the thumb up as high as you can and alternate. Okay. 20 reps of alternating. And think about, if I've got my right hand on the floor, I really want to push my right hand in, lift that left hand up as hard as we can. So we're like trying to, you know, create some tension there. Push the right baby finger into the floor, lift the left thumb up. You may start to feel that down either side of your back, through your thoracic, the middle of your spine. Lifting the thumb up towards the ceiling, high as we can. Great T. Nice, Alex. I think everyone started to get a little bit higher that time. Anna, did you notice any difference?
No, like left arm, I can't even get it off the ground.
Okay.
All that happens is my elbow bends, and I'm like, can't straighten. Like if I try to lift it up, all that happens is my elbow just bends.
Is that bad shoulder?
They're both bad, but that's the worst one, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But like, again, you won't pick, it's still trying to compensate. So like the more repetitions and the more you do, you find you can get it to do what you want it to do, but it takes a long time. Lovely, guys. Finishing off, you're going to come into a plow pose. If you've got your hair like in a bobbin, I just want you to loosen it down. And we're going to go for some spinal rolls to finish. I'm just taking my hair down so I'm not lying on my bobbin or in a bun because it's really uncomfortable. So guys, spinal, what we're going to do is go into a candlestick first, and then from there, when you feel comfortable, you can bring the feet over the head a little bit, okay? So that means that you're going to push the hips up as high as you can, and you're going to hold your lower back. And if you've done this before and you're happy, you can start to lower the toes over the head. And finishing in this stretch. Okay? But take your time, go where you feel comfortable. If you start to feel that you are getting caught in your neck and you can't breathe, I want you to reset yourself, pull the shoulders down away from your neck, tuck the shoulder blades behind, and try to make some space where you can breathe. Carly, I want you to start to draw the knees towards your ears. Yeah, and allow the knees to start to fall. Yes, good. And start to feel a little bit comfortable there. Good. Nice T. If you want to bend the knees gently towards the ears first to feel comfortable in that position, and then you can drop the toes when you feel comfortable. Lovely. Excellent, guys. You can come out of that as many times as you like, come in and out of it. Goal will be to get the hips right back over the shoulders, okay? So a lot of us will start somewhere where the hips are still kind of over our back. But what we want to do is lift the bum and get it back over our shoulders. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just come into a roll. Straight legs, we're going to bend forward. As we come back, we're going to flip the hips up and allow the toes to drop. Come up, reach, and we're going to go for 10 rolls. Make sure that you don't twist your neck. You always keep looking straight ahead. I keep looking at the camera and it's jarring my neck. So make sure that you don't twist your neck in this movement. You can place your hands anywhere from them. When you start to feel comfortable, I sometimes let my hands come out to the side. I bring them overhead if I want. And when you start to feel comfortable, you're going to start to roll and you'll feel that lovely, like cracking noise in your spine. Lovely. Play around with it, guys. Really great movement for when you're stuck at the desk. And I know Carly, well, like all of you guys, maybe not T, but like even after a long day on shift, T, getting into a back bend is really helpful to just go that opposite direction to what gravity is doing to us all day, pulling us down. Lovely. Great job, guys. I'm letting you just play around, but we are just about done now for today. Of course, you can keep playing if you want. Hopefully I've given you lots of little food for thought and some little things that you can work on.
Thanks, Lauren. That was really hard.
It was really hard, was it?
Yeah.
What was the hardest thing, do you think?
Those hamstring things made me feel nauseous.
The hamstring, the flossing, or?
Lying on your back and bringing one leg up.
Okay.
Now trying to put your hands up where your face is on the ground.
Yeah, there's like, everyone's getting a little something out of there that they probably kind of need to work on. Like even there for me, knowing that like when I'm rotating to my left side just doesn't feel the same way as the right side. So I know I need to work a little bit more on that for me. Yeah, and lots of nice little things there, back bends to kind of play around with if you haven't done them before. All right. You're very welcome, guys. Thanks so much.
Beautiful